My favorite manatee story starts before I worked with the Park Service, and I live on the river, and we had a manatee come behind our house, and it had this like harness on its tail with a tether and a floating buoy. I was like, oh my gosh, did it get tangled up? And then it was a tag for a research project, and so they were following this manatee and where it went. So I looked up the manatee story online, and her name was LaRock. Fast forward a little bit in time, and I was working at the park, and the LaRock would be the first manatee on November 15th waiting to come in the park every year. Just to know that she's out there is really cool, and to have that history of seeing it from the beginning and to continue writing that story is pretty cool. My name is Kate Spratt, and I'm a Park Services Specialist here at Ellie Schiller Homosassa Springs Wildlife State Park. I've been a park ranger, volunteer, and full-time employee here since 2016. Here at Homosassa Spring, we are part of the Manatee Rescue and Rehabilitation Partnership. We take in the non-critical manatees as needed. We also have resident manatees that are here that live here full-time. My favorite part of my job is I get to do something different every day, and I've worked in pretty much every area of the park, from maintenance to driving boats to working with our wildlife, and my favorite, the manatees. They've been here in Florida for about 50 million years, so it's okay to call them a Florida native. The main species we have here in Florida is the West Indian manatee, and they can live in both saltwater and freshwater. Much like a camel, they can reserve water, which is pretty cool adaptation. Their skin, if you think about touching a football, that's been an old football that's wet, that's what manatee's skin feels like. Their tears are more of a jelly than a liquid. Yeah, and it's cool because when you see their tears in the water, it's like wisps coming off of their eyes. My favorite manatee fact, though, has to deal with their teeth. They have what's called marching molars, so they lose the tooth in the front as it wears out, and then all of their teeth slide forward, and the newest tooth grows in the back, and that ensures that they always have sharp teeth to chew the plants that they eat. They eat over 50 different varieties of both aquatic, meaning in the water, and terrestrial, meaning on land plants. Manatees are an important component of their ecosystem. So one of the main things that they do is they help to kind of mow the grass, per se, in the environment. So by eating down, munching down, and grazing on the seagrasses, it helps keep it from becoming overgrown. They're also able to get into freshwater waterways that may have a problem with invasive plants, and it helps prevent waterways from getting clogged. Water temperature is a restricting factor to the spread of manatees as far as moving into different habitats. Inside the park, on a really cold morning and decent tide, we'll have anywhere from 80 to 100, and then just outside the park, another 200 to 300 can be seen. One of the most rewarding things that we've seen in recent history is quite a few mother manatees, or cows, with their offspring called calves. And a lot of those cow-calf pairs are together in the spring resting. And of course, there's thousands of fish swimming around at the same time, and it's quite magical. Manatees do not have any natural predators. Every challenge that manatees face are because of humans, whether it be pollution, boat strikes, loss of food. No matter where you are, just know that every action that you take can impact someone or something further away than what you would expect. But the good news is that there are many things that we can do to help reverse those, to use less fertilizers, to plant landscapes that have native plants in them versus things that need a lot of irrigation, being and willing to follow all boating safety signs. Those are there not just for the protection of us, but for the wild animals that inhabit those spaces. And there are many things that are going into place now, such as new laws that protect water quality and help for seagrass restoration. Many of these efforts are underway statewide to show a continued commitment to the government helping manatees as well. I get to leave a positive impact on the world around me through educating visitors and through helping to restore the land that's here and hopefully spark a little bit of interest in people that come through my path to consider their actions and to look a little deeper and to maybe make choices in the future that would benefit all of us.